came as one of the decisions taken at the council's meeting this Monday. State House correspondent Musbah Danwahab reports.
A huge victory which had eluded the APC for over 8 years. The elections have been adjudged to be free and fair, and that is what Mr. President has always stood for. We want to thank you, Mr. President, for being committed to the electoral process and the ethos of democracy.
And now to education. The schools in the FCT, like elsewhere across the country, have for weeks been open for children for academic activities. It's no longer news. But the LEA schools in the 6 area councils of the FCT have remained under lock a week after the resumption of a new academic session. Is a cause for worry. Hadiza Godwin brings us an update.
Both public and private schools in the FCT are in their 3rd week of resumption, learning and engaging in academics and other school activities. But the local education authority schools in the 6 area councils of the FCT has for more than a week been under lock and the playgrounds are empty. A long-drawn industrial dispute between the FCT Nigerian Union of Teachers and the 6 area council authorities has shut down the schools.
A class teacher cannot work from home. Every day he has to go to class from Mondays to Friday. Now you have not improved on his benefits and you want him to put in his best. You know it is going to be very, very serious.
The chairman FCT Nigerian Union of Teachers, Abdullah Mohammed Shafa, says teachers embarked on the industrial actions over their outstanding entitlements, which includes payment of remaining 60% of the 25-month minimum wage arrears, including correct and continuous implementation of templates of outstanding entitlements of the teachers as agreed in 2022, among others.
We appeal to the Minister of Federal Capital Territory to wage into this crisis. Look at the financial involvement, both that of new minimum wage arrears, the 40% consequential, that is the implementation and the payment of arrears. Then 35% implementation and its arrears before it grew fatter. And right now, as I'm talking to you, we have been able to sum up area council by area council financial involvements in every of the areas.
This makes 1 week lost in the new 2024-2025 academic calendar for the pupils of the FCT LEA schools. It is hoped that both parties, the FCT Nigerian Union of Teachers and the authorities of the 6 FCT area councils, will come to a logical conclusion for the students to resume back to school for the continuation of the new academic session. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
Meanwhile, a one-day capacity building for 100 teachers in Abuja has been organized by the Rotary Club, Zones 1 and 2, District 9127, in collaboration with the District Committee on Basic Education and Literacy. Rosemary Mortleng Bilal report that the theme is empowering education for literacy excellence.
The workshop was organized with a purpose to empower and equip teachers with the latest knowledge and happenings in the education sector, as well as training teachers with information that will sharpen their capacity.
A philosopher mentioned that one very critical thing I mentioned earlier: education makes a man unfit to be a slave. So most of the things we have in society today can actually be reduced. Most of the vices we have, most of the poverty and the hopelessness and helplessness we have in society today can be reduced if we increase the level of education.
The district governor of Rotary Club District 9127, represented by Assistant Governor, says Rotary believes in education and information as the need to empower teachers.
We can't allow the quacks to be in the classroom. Some of them, sometimes it's actually the finance issue that is stopping them. You know, we'll have 520 teachers in Enugu who are teaching, but they are not qualified. So we made arrangements to send them to do PGDE in NTI. So that's a way of encouraging them so that they will become qualified teachers.
And for the teachers, it is a welcome development, adding that they have learned a lot.
We are even expected in discharging our duties, we should have some innovations in order to make the teaching work easy, also to impact knowledge to the learners.
The need for teachers to continue to expose themselves to professional development and, of course, personal development. For teachers, what is technology currently doing for teachers? And so that's what we looked at, professional development and technology in the classroom.
Rotary Club says the empowerment will be sustained. Rosemary Mortalen Bilal, NTA News.
4 books on how to make quality use of social media with monetary value have been launched to the reading public in Abuja. The author of the books, Ikechukwu Pascal Agbeigbu, says the world is evolving technologically and streaming has increased global reach. Hence, the books are timely. Sefia Noma Uchi has details.
The books share secrets, streaming on Disney and how to grow to stardom on TikTok and YouTube. The reviewer of the books, Emmanuel Yaba, says they are a must-read for upcoming content creators and social media influencers. He also applauded President Bola Tinubu for creating Ministry of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy.
We are dynamic, we are evolving. We should always continue to evolve. We cannot go back to the Stone Age. In as much as, they still have those physical structures and libraries, we should encourage people. Because with your data, in the comfort of your home, you can wake up in the morning, you read without stress.
Encourage Nigerians to go back to reading, studying, and getting themselves approved too.
Special guests at the event, including the president of Nigerian Authors, took turns to uphold the books, encouraging Nigerians to go back to the books.
He's bringing on something which to see how we can create a bridge between the books and the virtual world.
With this kind of event and more to come in future, this idea of the digital economy, the creative economy, the world of social media, the work of the internet and so on will unlock so much possibilities for people.
The author, Ikechukwu Pascal, speaks on why the books are a must-read.
The book is just telling people how to be intentional in being out there in the social media. And being intentional include both branding, influencing, monetization.
Guests lamented the poor reading habits of Nigerians and used the opportunity to again call on them to imbibe good reading habits because books promote literature beyond Africa and they instill morals and developmental ideas. Sofia Noma Uchi, NTA News.
Away from intellectual property and religion, ministers from different denominations and church workers converged on the nation's capital, Abuja, for a one-day capacity building workshop. Odiri Ogboro Aruteri report that the workshop, which featured ministrations and new directions for evangelism, is part of activities for the 2024 Conference of God's Ministers, Koinonia Foundation. The reports.
This is the 12th time these ministers and church workers are meeting not just to fellowship together, but also to brainstorm on better approaches to draw more souls to Jesus Christ. The 2024 Interdenominational Girls Ministers Conference was quite engaging, and special guest Professor Shola Kolawole gave talks on good health and preservation from sudden death. Chairman of Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, Reverend Isaac Komolafe, delivered lectures on full-time pastor job and the reality of today's economy.
Our nation, Nigeria, is a blessed nation. There's no state in this country that does not have natural resources and even human resources that can take us further. So as a church, as a group of church coming together, we are coming together to let the leaders of the churches to know that there are things we can do to empower the members so that can lead this situation to a better situation.
This meeting intends to achieve, by the grace of God, is to instill hope into the people of God.
The president, God's Minister, Koikona Foundation International, Reverend Isaac Oriaki, charged everyone present to be source of motivation to one another.
We are using this conference to sensitize people and teach the church that even during hard times, God can make us prevail.
It's been our burden and vision to let the church be one, empower the church across denominational line.
To address Nigerians, we want to address children of God, that they can still be their best, no matter what is happening in our society today.
The 12th Girls Ministers and Church Workers Conference had its theme centered on being your best during hard times. Odiri Ogboru Arutere, NTA News.
Jimi Hendrix was an American rock legend renowned for his pioneering guitar skills and soulful vocals. As one of the most influential musicians in rock industry and history, his legacy extends globally, inspiring generations to experience his iconic sound. The FCT witnessed a musical spectacle as King Fudge and world-class artists paid tribute to Jimmy's transformative impact. The Jimi Hendrix Memorial Concert left a lasting impression on music enthusiasts and residents alike. Wayne Dogo completes the story.
Thrilled music enthusiasts at the Blake Resort in Garki FCT with an electrifying performance of iconic rock tunes, predominantly paying tribute to the legendary Jimi Hendrix. In a thrilling celebration of the rock icon's enduring legacy, a dynamic lineup of global musicians took the stage to electrify the FCT with Jimi Hendrix's timeless hits.
People like us, we grew up listening to rock and roll. And of course, we have millions of people that have that kind of background. So you don't need to throw that away. You need to bring the memory back. It's all about nostalgic moments.
I really enjoyed the concert today. It was like kind of life-changing. It was very soulful and joyful, and I thought a really fantastic way to spend an evening.
You know, rock music is one of the best music in the world. But in Africa, they are scared of rock music. But we tell them, I understand rock music as a music from the rock of ages and from the rock music.
It's important that legends, icons are remembered and promoted, because Jimi Hendrix influenced so many people. He influenced Prince, he influenced even Michael Jackson, he influenced so many people, not only with his guitar playing, but with his performance. He was a performer par excellence. His songs were ahead of the time.
Events like King Fudge's Jimi Hendrix tribute concerts are perfect antidotes to a long week, injecting life into the FCT's nightlife and providing a much-needed escape for residents. In Abuja, Wayne Dogo, NTA News.
Now, another version of the FAC meeting says the council says has commended the people of Edo State over the just concluded governorship election judged as free and fair. It was at the commencement of the meeting of the Federal Executive Council this Monday at the State House under the chairmanship of President Bola Tinubu. Through the Monday Secretary to the government, George Akume, the council also lauded the president for his leadership, resulting in victory for all progressives Congress. The council And up next, a sports brief.
The 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier between Super Eagles of Nigeria and Mediterranean Knights of Libya has been fixed. The first leg encounter will hold at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo on Friday, October 11th, 2024. Meanwhile, the return leg, which is the match day 4 in the series of qualifiers, is slated for October 15th at Tripoli International Stadium. Still talking football, following their qualifications to the group stage of the CAF Confederation Cup, Nigeria representative Eyimba International is to know their group opponent on the 7th of October. 16 qualified clubs will be divided into 4 groups of teams, and the top 2 teams will reach the quarterfinal of the competition. To boxing, former 2-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua has vowed to continue boxing despite his shocking defeat to Daniel Dubois in London. Joshua's bid to become 3-time champion and return to the division's top table ended dramatically and unexpectedly, with Dubois dropping him several times at Wembley Stadium before he landed the final blow in round 5. With sports brief Francis Kabile, NTA News.
Thanks for watching the English version of the news. And up next is translation in other languages. I am Aisha Obali. Have a pleasant night rest.
Nama gbaje we shaje we wona you na ba sha badai wo ya da badai bi wa ku sha badai am praise wa yi ba wo ku ba gai gwamnati dugbo na gban da en ekituko da ya o ko la bo la wo nje adoi akin bi adudu ntu kuli abo mba bo azehin sheyin nje dugbo da na gban yeshi en ekituko da Bola Tinubu owoni shi nje shipeje da biyan baba sase ekin yaka eje George Akume bala walawu ekin tukoda se wa mi eje we ikuli aega owo eje siyasa gbodo gun APC yan nagba edokin bayaku eje ababa bugbawu yan wu baku do untu eje eyi minister koko ye Salome Jakande onwo beje sagi na aife avunyayin baga nge ekin tukoda showo ibolo wu oponaji aido ba kun baga wo nje siyasa da baji nje kulia babu aseshen eya na baji gogan atete jin ya Hadiza Ibone wada nge abi ayaba motu wi ba atete jin afigin jiko wi ba ye nu mtaye mnaji sheba to ba lo atete jin ba wa godu nge abi anyawi atete jin ifigin mnaji no tige ajiwe gwamnati ogolo aji aku baba bala yo mo ba jabo nje bata pe sheba zaza lowu ba godo ba ga hapunu an yo buaita ada aputanu wota pe opo uko zaza lo nje ba kapunu atete jin ya wi ba ga akababa tape gbodogun unai na nasarai nge lottery club ni ko kwoku eyeye jijin ba gbodogun yan ni pe gban kakala npeje gban kakala gbodo ba yen okonu lolo nje taye chichu agban che gban che tu shi ba che tan ba yan kwoku gbo lodo na yan ba mutu atete jin bai kezin de yan ko gaba nge majin gbogbo na sopa gbogbo lapa bada nge ba be majin piai ba sukunu nya ina iko ge zata pe nya balo ntige zaza wa pe so baba ama gba ja na ba ji kuzo ibe ja do wo se sheko asi yipage sheko ni Jesu sai
Masu kallo da sauraron mu a daidai wannan lokaci, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Barkanmu da haka ga fassarar wasu daga cikin labaranmu ne a takaice mai karantawa Yusuf Yako. Majalisar Zartarwa ta ƙasa ta yaba wa al'ummar jihar Edo akan namijin ƙoƙarin da suka yi na zaɓen gwamnan da aka yi a jihar, wanda ya kasance amintacce kuma ingantaccen zaɓe. A farkon taron da aka yi yau Litinin a fadar shugaban ƙasa ƙarƙashin jagorancin shugaban ƙasa Bola Ahmed Tinubu, majalisar ta hanyar sakataren gwamnatin tarayya George Akume ta jinjina shugaba Bola Ahmed Tinubu akan ƙoƙarin da ya yi na gudanar da zaɓe na gari wanda jam'iyyar APC mai mulki ta sami nasara. Bayan tafiya yajin aikin malaman makarantun gwamnatin Abuja akan ƙin biya musu wasu buƙatunsu, wakiliyar Hadiza Godwin Ebene ta rawaito mana cewa kamar sauran makarantun ƙasar nan sun koma aiki bayan mako biyu da dawowa daga hutu, wanda ake kyautar zato harkokin karatu sun kankama, amma an samu akasin haka a makarantun ƙananan hukumomin Abuja 6, wanda yanzu haka suke a rufe mako bayan komawa karatu, lamarin da ya kamata masu ruwa da tsaki su tashi tsaye domin kawo ƙarshen damuwar. Ƙungiyar Rotary ta gudanar da taron ƙarawa juna ilimi ga malaman makarantu 100 a nan Abuja. Wakiliyarmu Rosemary Multilin Bilal ta shaida mana cewa rukunin ƙungiyar na 1 da na 2 tare da haɗin gwiwar hukumar ilimin bai ɗaya ta birnin tarayya Abuja su ne suka ɗauki nauyin lamarin, taron da aka yi wa take da bunƙasa ilimi domin ci gaban al'umma gaba ɗaya. To abin da ya sauka kenan daga labaran namu ne, sai kuma gobe idan Allah ya kai mu. Asuba ta gari.
Ekele m gị n'ịnọnyere anyị n'akụkọ ụwa nke taa. Aha m bụ Rachel Ifi Onu. Gere akụkọ ụwa n'uju ya. Ụlọ ọrụ FEC etoola ndị steeti Edo maka ntuliaka ha mere bụ nke eji azọ ọkwa aka ga-achị ya bụ steeti. Onye odeakwụkwọ gọọmenti ala anyị George Akume n'aka nke ya tụkwara onyeisi ala anyị maka ịchị isi ya bụ nke na-enye ndị otu ndọrọndọrọ ọchịchị APC mmeri mgbe ọbụla. Ndị otu a gakwara mgbarụ akwa na be onye jiburu ọkwa minista n'ihe banyere ụmụ nwanyị na ndị ntorobịa Odoziakụ Salome Jakande. Ụlọ akwụkwọ niile n'isi ala anyị nakwa n'ala anyị niile gbaa gburugburu abụrụla ndị mepere na izuụka ole na ole gara aga, mana ụmụ akwụkwọ praịma isi ala anyị akpọrọ LEA agbachiela ka o mere otu izuụka ha malitere akwụkwọ n'ihi abụba ọrụ. Hadiza Godwin Ebune wetara akụkọ na onyeisi oche otu jikọrọ ndị nkụzi n'isi ala anyị kwuru na abụba ọrụ a bụ n'ihi ụgwọ eji ndị nkụzi LEA. Ndị otu akpọrọ Rotary Club Zone 1 na Zone 2 enyela ndị nkụzi dị 100 ọzụzụ n'isi ala anyị. Rosemary Multilin Bilal wetara akụkọ na ọzụzụ a bụ iji nyere ndị nkụzi aka, ọkachasị ndị na-etozughị etozu ịkụzi nkụzi. Igbo gere m ntị, ebe a ka anyị pịachiri nke taa. Chebirikwa anyị n'ihu oge a echi niile. Ya gazie.